A question that I receive all the time is how do I prescribe mobility-based exercises? So on the simplest front, movements are either going to be, quote, strength-based or mobility flexibility-based. And the underlying principle that I want you to think about is that how you move your body throughout the day is going to be how your body moves or functions for those important life activities. So when it comes to mobility-based exercises, these are more, we're teaching our body a new movement strategy, which is really neuromuscular control. So when we think about the bucket of neuromuscular control, somewhere around 20 to 30 repetitions is the dosage that we need to provide an input to the body to create change and adaptation. So, and once somebody gets more flexible in a movement, then they can start doing less and less. But up front, we almost need to teach the body the signal or the input that we're giving them. So we need a higher rep of mobility-based movements up front. An example of this is that if I'm working on front hip mobility, I'll have them draw the core in, so we're anchoring the pelvis position, and then rock in and out of that movement while holding the position here so it doesn't go through the low back. And we'll rock into this position for 20 to 30 reps where they feel the stretch and then back away. Feel the stretch, back away. We're opening up the tissue here, and we're also teaching the nervous system what it's like to open and relax, because the act of opening here requires the coordinated strength or the eccentric lengthening of this chain from my lower ribs or from where the psoas attaches all the way down into the quad. So we're opening up that hip flexor space, and there's no set dosage individual for each person. If someone is stiffer there to start, we might need to give them more repetitions initially, and as that tissue opens up, their ability to get into that position is going to happen faster and faster. Now, my final take-home point is, at the beginning of the video, I said how you move your body or how you train your body is how it's going to perform on daily functional activities. So with my movement-based prescription, I'll often have them move to the end range. We're teaching the nervous system a new position, and then we back away so they can take in that feedback. Move into it, back away. Move into it, back away. And so I'll do that through a variety of positions where I'm very rarely holding one static position, but I'm very often moving in and out of that range. So it's kind of like a light pulsing movement where we're finding rhythm and what it feels like to be at the end range of motion and then back away from that end range. And by training that end range response over and over again, the body's gonna say, okay, we can control this new motion. Now, if I just go down and I kind of hang out in that position, then I'm teaching the body how to slowly elongate into a movement. And a lot of movement throughout our day is quicker reaction to stuff. If I bend forward and tie my shoes, I need to learn how to teach the body to open up into those positions. So a slow pulsing action where I'm thinking about, for the hamstrings, staying upright through my spine and then staying long as I go forward, maintaining the length along the posterior chain. That's how I want to perform those movements. So think about it as a slow, controlled, rhythmical movement where we're giving the body enough input repeatedly to perform that action. And what I would say is somewhere in the 20 to 50 rep range or 20 to 40 rep range is where you need to start on mobility. That 20 to 50 reps is only going to take about a minute total. So it doesn't take that long, even though it seems like a large amount of repetitions. But when we train these things, I would rather have somebody do 20 to 40 reps once a day versus just 5 reps 5 times a day. We need enough input initially to change the system and tell the body that this is what we're doing. And if you are only doing 5 reps at a time, the signal or the input might not be enough to change the output.